Well, my name is Amin. I am a CEO, CTO, personal shopper, delivery driver, shop assistant, and a cleaner at Instazap. I've been wearing multiple hats ever since I was 10 years of age. That's when I had my very first business. So I came to Ireland from Karachi when I was still in my teens with a dream to become an engineer. It'll still be additional 12 years before I graduate as an electronic and computer engineer and secure myself a job within, Fortune 500 company. And then a lot changed during those, a lot changed in those 12 years because I done, from working as a delivery driver to a security officer to the retail assistant. Then I worked in HR, I worked in recruitment, I worked as a business development exec, and then I had multiple small businesses and startups, in trading. And then I got involved in a few startups prior to Instazap, from ranging from BPO company to energy startup, renewable energy startup, and yeah, digital agency software company in bits and pieces. But all of that brought me to this idea of Instazap. So all the network I have built, the people I have met along the line, and experiences I've gained, life experiences, and how unit economics and overall ecosystem operates. So the vision of Instazap came from all these experiences pretty much. Yeah. So Instazap's vision is to be one for all super app for all your daily needs. Okay. So we say instant needs fulfilled in minutes. And I want to start with the the customers we are serving right now, that how exactly this ecosystem is operating. Okay. So giving the example of students, so anything from a packet of ham and loaf of bread in the morning, getting delivered instantaneously, or late night snacks, or weekly shop. They use our platform to get their instant needs fulfilled, or even if it's dropping an iPhone and breaking the screen and getting somebody to pick it up and repair it and bring it back. Okay. And then busy parents, obviously they are our very big percentage of our platform users. So they use it again to go avoid going to do the person like shopping to the supermarkets because of their busy schedules. And getting Subway, take like McDonald's, KFC for the children, and last minute needs, we have actually seen trends where people are actually off ordering just a packet of toilet rolls, for example, and getting them delivered, so that's the data inside what we have been doing. And then healthcare professionals, especially the home healthcare professionals who are not able to leave the environment they're in, or busy professionals working in hospitals, they avail of our platform greatly as well. And then business owners who are not able to, first of all, they're not very tech savvy and they don't have the presence, especially in provincial and like suburban towns, who do not have the great digital presence, and at the same time, what you call it, they can't really afford to be on popular platforms which offer them the logistics and the online delivery offering because of the higher percentages. So they are our customers. So I talked about Instazap's vision. So as I said, the vision is to be one for all super app for all your daily needs. So we are operational since 2020, and we started off with our online delivery platform, where we were fulfilling the orders for our local takeaway restaurant partners, and then we onboarded local businesses. Then we moved to have our own Instamart by Instazap, where we keep our own inventory, and this is where we do our electronic repair service offering as well. So we call them our community hubs. And this is where our super zappers are, our delivery drivers / personal shoppers who go and do carry out the shopping, either if it needs to be done or do the delivery. So they are again gathered all in the community in our fulfillment / Instamart by Instazap. Service element, I just touched based on it, that we have started with, doing the repair services, but in that we have also accommodated, cleaning services. So if somebody's looking for a cleaner, or, like if somebody's looking for a babysitter, so that's element is still work in progress right now. Moving forward, we are going to look into Instadeal, where people will be able to do, local, hyper local marketplace with the logistics side of things. Insta Parcel is something to be picked up from one place to, delivered to another. And Insta Anything is what we offer our customers. So any customized order. So even if the business is not, featured on our platform, the request can still come in, and our super zapper, goes and complete that request for our customer. So what exactly the problem we are solving? So during pandemic, that became more apparent, but this is where the future is headed anyway. There are limited supermarket delivery capacity, okay, for people to actually get the food, grocery delivered. Local SMEs have no infrastructure to have very minimal digital presence, and people living in provincial towns, ones without the transport, the ones, who are healthcare professionals, and, again, there are almost 250,000 students only in Ireland, who do not have any way of getting their instant needs fulfilled, instantaneously. Again, and then the other element of that, on the other side, is that there are almost 8,000 businesses in Ireland, as in like restaurant and takeaways, and 98% of them, according to the survey which was carried out just there a little while, I think it was 3 weeks ago, it was published, and 98% of them believe that paying 33% of the commissions is not sustainable, and many are in net negative, and it's a big problem in the food industry. And there are specific groups actually which are creating these groups and saying no to these high commissions. And then there are 40,000 retail businesses in Ireland, and only less than 5% of them offer same-day delivery, of their services and their offerings. There's a huge gap right now. What we have noticed, with empowering local businesses, especially if they're not in bigger metropolitan businesses, I mean, my metropolitan cities. And then recently, over pandemic, Government of Ireland made 20 million available, helping SMEs to trade online, so basically the businesses who weren't equipped or ready to actually trade online, government invested heavily to get them to have their own digital presence and website, while at Instazap, we are actually giving them the full solution, because after you have your digital presence, and there are other elements, which has to be taken into consideration before you can translate all of that into the actual revenue for your business, So what is the solution? Integrated quick commerce and on-demand services platform with physical presence hub in the community. So that's what Instazap is. As you can see, there is a first snapshot of our landing, app page, and then there are 10 integrated apps, which are supporting the entire ecosystem of Instazap. Okay, behind the scene, we have local businesses paying less than 50% less in platform fee, with the option to just use our platform as logistics as service. Okay, so if they don't want to be featured, and if they just want to actually offer this, the same day delivery, they use our logistics, pool of super zappers. And we keep our, super zappers on, fixed rate, and we offer them e-bikes, good for the environment, in e-vans, and a career progression path as well. And that way we are able to actually offer the, reliable offering to our services, and it's serving us quite well. And recently I came across, in Frost and Sullivan, there was a study which was published that in coming 5 years, the quick commerce is going to be the #1 trend, okay, where there's an integration of food and grocery together. And in 5 years, industry is expected to reach, from 22 billion to 75 billion just in these 3 regions: US, Europe, and China. That's like compound annual growth of 32% we are talking about here. So on the competitive landscape in Ireland, we are looking at, so we have Just Eat and Uber Eats here on the right. But again, they are not really our direct competition because their proposition is, again, heavily focused on bigger cities. And at the same time, they are not into instant needs space the way we have integrated the solution. We have actually, deployed and on a roadmap, incorporating, the other needs as well. Buy Me is another player in this market. Again, their focus is only on grocery, but they are, again, just supermarket, personal shopping they offer. And their focus, I was listening to one of the talks from the leadership of Buy Me. They were talking about only focusing on bigger towns as opposed to provincial and suburban towns. And that's where the big market of Instazap is. So this is where we place ourselves, because we are able to generate revenues which are, makes more unit economic sense, because the way we have positioned ourselves with our business model, and we have, like I said, our beta launch was back in May 2020, and then we did a hard launch in September. So we have actually been able to evolve our entire business model to answer it, to make it more scalable and more personal and more, like I said, make more sense in unit economics. So we are looking at the trajectory in coming years for starting this year close to 1 million based on our historical data. And then next year, hopefully, we're looking at around 3.5 million in sales, and then 7.5, with, again, expanding out to almost 24 different suburban towns we are looking at. Okay. So right now we are just, for the milestones, we have just, for the milestones between 2022 and 2023, we're looking at 600K. And we have divided into the tranches of how we are going to divide. So 15% of that is going to go to Instamart, 18% towards the marketing, 7% is towards the product development, 24% towards the business development, 25 is going to be the overheads to actually accommodate the entire ecosystem, and I've kept the 10% is the opportunity pot. So as you can see, the market is rapidly progressing, and allowing that space is something, which will keep us quite agile to take the right measures depending on the data which will prevail in coming months. So that's pretty much what Instazap is, ultra fast food delivery at the heart of something much bigger, an efficient Q-commerce and on-demand service platform, and instant needs fulfilled in minutes.